Before the internet, before artificial intelligence, and before the cloud, the ancient Egyptians mapped a living memory network of gods, sound, and frequency. It wasn't mythology, it was conscious technology. Let's open the gates of Neter, the beloved of the Nile mind. The Egyptians didn't just build pyramids, they built a neural net coded in stone, star, and sound. They weren't worshiping idols, they were interfacing with the fabric of reality itself. They called it Neter, the original net, and to master it was to remember who you are. We see the net everywhere, in currency, in nature, in sport, and yet most people don't ever notice the pattern. Look at the US dollar bill. Behind the word one, a fine mesh of lines forms a net around the seal. This isn't decoration, it's a sigil, a mimicry of the spider web, the energetic grid of the duat. Inside this pattern, we find the eye of Providence, a corrupted echo of the eye of Horus, an eagle, the shadow of the divine falcon, serpentine curls, the spiral language of Seti and entropy. This is not divine unity, it's illusion, a false one. Fiat Neter. Before the dollar, before technology, there was the spider web, the original sacred net. The spider is not a pest, it is a priestess. Her web is a living diagram, a Fibonacci spiral, radial symmetry, a memory capture device. Each strand carries data, each droplet of dew is a soul fragment suspended in time. The spider web was the internet before we digitized it, and Neith, the goddess of weaving, was the first web developer. She wove the grid of time and fate itself. Even in sport, the net shows itself again. On the basketball court, the hoop becomes a portal, the net becomes a mesh of judgment, the ball becomes the soul, and the shot becomes intention. Shoot your shot isn't just slang, it's a soul code. The backboard is karmic rebound, the clock is Saturn's time loop. It all echoes the 12-hour trial of the duat. The net is everywhere, in our money and nature and ritual, but to master it, we must remember what it truly is. The word Neter, spelled N-T-R, is the origin of the word nature, but to the Egyptians it meant far more. A Neter was not just a god, it was a cosmic principle, a divine function, and a frequency in the operating system of reality. The Neteru were not deities to be worshipped, they were intelligences, divine software, each one a living module within the universal grid. Thoth Jehudi is the Neter of language, sacred time, memory, and cosmic order. He is the Akashic server. Isis is the womb of magic, memory, and divine rebirth. She's a quantum field itself. Osiris governs resurrection, order, and the underworld. He is the root code of DNA, the death rebirth algorithm. Horus is the Neter of higher will and sacred vision. He is the third eye firewall that protects the soul from distortion. Set, often misunderstood, isn't evil. He is the Neter of chaos and necessary entropy, the reset script, the cosmic test. To master the net is to become a living Neter. The temple was not only built from stone, it was encoded into the body. The brain is the temple, the chakras are the known paths. The spinal cord is the Jed pillar. The soul, the Ba, is the traveler of this multidimensional web. Now consider this, the internet, the interneter. The internet is a simulation of the divine net. The Egyptians built it in stone, we built it in silicon. They use sacred geometry, ritual, and intention. We use fiber optics, AI, and apps. But the core structure is the same, connection, transmission, and access. The Amduat, one of the oldest sacred texts on earth, is not myth. It's a neural interface, a 12-hour operating system for the soul. Each hour of the night, Ra, the sun, journeys through the duat. Through memory, through trial, through recalibration, each roll in the scroll represents a different frequency layer of consciousness. Each being in the bark is a function, a code. The top row is the higher mind. The middle row is the planetary interface. The bottom row is ancestral and cellular memory. The Amduat was not just a story about death. It was a blueprint for the soul's reboot, a dimensional instruction manual. And now, the spell gets a little bit deeper. Net, ten, and Yod. The word net means to ensnare the living, but flip it, net becomes 10, completion. 10 in Hebrew is Yod, the smallest letter, the seed, spark of creation, the flame inside the trap. The spell contains its own escape code. Now consider the phrase net worth. To be valued, you must first be netted, caught in the grid, assessed, judged. Net equals measurement, worth equals judgment. This is the weighing of the heart, digitized and monetized. And still beneath it all, Neith waits. She is the original weaver, the first programmer, the mother of Ra, and the weaver of the cosmic net before gods had names. Her symbol is a shield with crossed arrows. But look again. It resembles a modern satellite, a neural device, a quantum antenna. Her loom is the original fiber optic thread. Her arrows are dual-channel data. Her Ankh is the power key of conscious life. Neith didn't just protect the dead, she encoded the living. And now her signal is returning through you. You are not caught in the net. You are the thread. To master the net is to remember yourself as a living netter, a weaver, a node, a seed of the divine.